All right, everybody. Good morning. We are here on this Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving, and we're going to do something that we usually do on Thursday. Decided to kind of take yesterday off. I don't think I need to explain why, but only had the one video yesterday, and I figured that was fine. Nothing really too big happened yesterday, but we're back to it, and we're going to start off with pass coverage Thursday again on a Friday. So basically, we're just trying to get a feel for. Obviously, if you watch the game on Sunday and you look at the box score, you know what opposing quarterbacks did against the Seahawks. But what you may not know is exactly who the damage was done on and who might be a liability, who might be somebody that we can really trust in that role of covering, etc. So, going to start with the linebackers as we always do, and we don't have to worry about the top two guys because neither guy played. Both guys were injured. All right, guys, before I go any further, I want to tell you guys about my buddies over at Sleeper. And let me tell you, if you're not using Sleeper for daily fantasy football, you are missing out. Check out the left side of your screen right now. Look at all the fun stuff you can get up to. Look at all the stuff you can pick one way or the other on. I've got an entry for this week, the Thanksgiving week of football. We got George Pickens over 75.5 yards against Kansas City. I got Chase Brown and JSN scoring anytime touchdowns in their respective games. And I've got Josh Allen throwing for at least 2 touchdowns against Pittsburgh. Get on over there. You can put together bet slips just like this one. And if you use promo code SBN, that is SBN, you can get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Check out Sleeper today. Go put your picks down and have fun with sports this year. All right, so the guys who did play were Drake Thomas, who continues to be fine in coverage, certainly better than what Tyrese Knight was doing. 6 targets, 4 completions, for how much was it? Like 30 something? Yeah, 38 yards, which is okay. His quarterback rating allowed this season actually fell a slight amount. It was like 87 before. Now it's 86.6. So fine. Not uberly efficient, but also not tremendously great either. The point is, the main reason why Drake Thomas is out there instead of Tyrese Knight is coverage stuff. And Thomas has been, numerically at least, significantly better. Pat O'Connell got targeted 5 times, 4 completions for, I believe it was 28 yards. Pretty much all air yards, but again, not bad given that this could have been a massive liability for him. So I can live with that. O'Connell, not somebody I expect to be great in coverage, so as long as he doesn't get completely roasted, it should be fine. Edge rushers, we had Uchenna Nwosu get targeted once, incomplete pass down the field, so good things happening there. Derek Hall gave up 1 completion on 2 targets for 10 yards, so I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't read a ton into coverage stats for edge rushers because they don't cover enough and they don't get targeted enough to where I feel like it's a big problem. I keep track of it because if it does become a big problem and you have an edge rusher giving up over 100 yards in a season, maybe there is some issue going on there, but that's currently not even close to being the case. DeMarcus Lawrence did allow 1 completion, but it went for, I believe, negative 5 yards. So, yeah, that's totally fine by me. No problems there. So, the closest thing we have to a liability in the edge room in terms of coverage would be Boye Mafe. And again, we were talking about 36 yards on 3 targets in 11 games. Like, it's not significant. It doesn't matter. Cornerback, Witherspoon, another perfectly fine game here. 5 targets for 3 completions and 18 yards. So yeah, not a very efficient day attacking Witherspoon. And more than half of his yards allowed have been yak. I think this game it was actually almost entirely yak. Let me make sure about that. Yeah, his air yards allowed actually went down. Went down by 5. So it was literally all yak and then some. So the numbers are still not stellar, but you look at it, it's kind of evening out a little bit here. 30 targets, 189 yards for an outside corner. pretty strong, honestly. Reek Woolen, same thing. I know people are impatient about the turnovers, but we got 5 targets. You got 3 completions. We got 18 yards for an outside corner. Totally fine. QB rating when targeted down to 82.4. It's much more in line with the Reek Woolen that we've come to expect over the years. And given where we started, that is very commendable because, again, after the first game of the year, he had a perfect QB rating when targeted. Josh Jobe was the closest thing to a liability in this game in coverage, really. He got beat up on pretty bad. 6 targets, I think it was 5 completions. So a little bit different than what PFF had, but they had 62 yards allowed in coverage. I mean, somebody's got to give up the yards, right? You're not going to hold a team to 100 yards passing very much in this league, but Jobe, he gave up the touchdown as well. Again, it's not something that really troubles me. Again, generally speaking, especially right now, I think that when opposing teams are looking at the Seahawks, trying to figure out who to target, Jobe is going to be right at the top of that list. So it doesn't really surprise me, and it's not something I'm really going to worry about. But he did get mowed down a little bit in that Titans game. And Kobe Bryant, okay, yeah, no Julian Love, he was out. Kobe Bryant gave up, I think, a big play in this game. It was, 6 targets, 4 completions, and yeah, it was over 50 yards. It was actually over 60 yards. So decent amount of damage done on Kobe Bryant. So maybe you could kind of call him a little bit of a liability as well. But even even with that, like 6 targets, it's not terrible. It's just certainly below the standard we've come to expect this year. QB rating when targeted because of the interceptions is still pretty low, but it's I don't think it's been his greatest year in coverage. He is holding it down. I think he's doing fine. I like him. I'm not saying anything like super negative about him. He is a starter on a defense that is one of the best in the league, but we haven't seen the breakout to the next level yet, have we? Nick Emanwari, 4 targets. I think it was 4 completions. Yeah. And it was 48 yards. So I watching the game, I felt like he was getting picked on a little bit. It was one of those games where it felt like he was a little bit lost in coverage. Wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was definitely one of his weaker games of the year. His QB rating allowed when targeted is creeping up. It's now 104. I don't know. It's not great. I think it's just something we're going to have to live with it's this rookie year, and that's fine. Some of these issues that he's having, I think, will get worked out with experience. And then Okada didn't play that much. He got targeted twice, gave up a couple completions for 34 yards, which is not great. But again, it was a small sample size. I think he gave up one bigger play, and that's about it. He's not having a very good year in coverage, but it's Ty Okada. I'm just happy to get what I can out of him. And newcomer to the list, Anthony Bell, 2 targets, 2 catches, 18 yards, whatever. He came in and did his job. Not terrible, not great, but fine overall. And that's it for this week, guys. That is it for Pass Coverage Thursday on a Friday. So, a couple of hours, we'll do another video. I'll do the game statuses, injury report stuff in a couple hours after that. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see you guys soon. Go Hawks. More stuff coming. And yeah, a little bit late, but the data remains solid.